everyone, welcome to today's episode. I'm glad you're here because we're about to dive deep into one of the most intense and heartbreaking chapters in Zimbabwe's liberation struggle, Operation Dingo, also known as the Chimoio Massacre. Let's imagine the scene. It's November 1977. The Chimoio camp in Mozambique is alive with activity. It's not just a military base, it's a whole community. You have thousands of Zonla freedom fighters, but also women, kids, and refugees. Some are in training, some are just trying to get through the day. The whole place is buzzing with the hopes of a free Zimbabwe. As the morning of the 23rd begins, most of the camp is up early, some on parade, others moving around. But there's that everyday energy you only get in a place full of people trying to make a change. And then, out of nowhere, the quiet is shattered. Some say a DC-8 airliner flew overhead just before anything went down. A deception to make people relax, think it was just another normal day. Suddenly, with almost no warning, Rhodesian forces launch a full-scale, meticulously planned attack. The first wave is a terrifying rain of bombs. Old Canberra and Hunter jets, even some vintage aircraft, pummel the camp, dropping cluster bombs designed to hit the widest number of people possible. Bombs fall right on parade grounds and living quarters, places where people are completely exposed. And the area they targeted? It stretched more than a kilometer, right through the heart of the camp. Now, right after the bombing, helicopters appear overhead. The Rhodesian Special Air Service and paratroopers are landing and bursting out, guns ready. Anyone who runs, whether they're a fighter or just a child, faces gunfire on the ground and from the air. The camp is surrounded so tightly, escape is nearly impossible. What strikes me, and it still shocks people to this day, is not just the efficiency of the operation, but how deliberately the softest targets were hit. Out of the thousands present at Chimoio, many didn't even have weapons. Defenses were thin, actual armed fighters were maybe a couple dozen. Most people were just civilians, support staff, or recovering from injuries. Eyewitnesses say the weapons were in the hands of a very small group, less than a military company. By the time the smoke cleared, the destruction was almost unimaginable. Estimates vary, but most credible accounts put the death toll between 3,000 and 5,000, maybe even higher. What's really sad and honestly stomach-churning among the dead and wounded, the majority were women, children, and unarmed people. Just think about that for a second. This wasn't just a military target, it was a community. The carnage left deep wounds that still haven't fully healed across Zimbabwe. From the Rhodesian side, Operation Dingo was called a major victory, a spectacular success with hardly any losses on their end. Just 2 men lost, a few wounded, and an entire camp smashed. But as you look closer, the whole thing stands out for its brutal intent. The aim wasn't just to stop the fighters, it was to break spirits, to send a message by targeting the most vulnerable. But you know what's wild? It didn't work out that way. The Chimoio Massacre didn't shatter the will of the liberation movement, not for long. Actually, what happened was almost the opposite. The horror, the sheer injustice of it all, galvanized people both inside and outside the struggle. Instead of slowing down, fighters and supporters doubled down, becoming even more determined to see Zimbabwe free. And this is the part that really stays with me. Chimoio has become more than just another site of tragedy. For many, it marks the moment the fight for Zimbabwe changed gears, a true turning point. The courage, the pain, and the sacrifice there turned the tide of history. Even today, the site is commemorated.